As I said many times before, I'm not really a vlogger, blogger. I have no fucking clue about making videos raw and unedited. But that's kind of fitting to me because that's how I am as a person as well, I suppose. Raw and unedited. I like it when things are straight. Really, I have no problem if someone tells me honestly, straight in my face, the truth about me or what I do or what I did. Straight in my face. Thank you very much for that feedback. That gives me a moment to pause, to ponder, to rethink myself. Really. As some might know, I said it in the channel autobiography or biography. I said it, I worked with criminal young people as well. On the Glen Mills school in Holland. And believe it or not, these were all young men who had a criminal past, gang-related criminal past, very sensitive to peer pressure, to do shit while being in a gang. And the method of the school I loved very much. We had no gates, we had no bars, we had no guards, and I and a co-worker, another colleague, coach, would coach 64 guys, 64 of these young guys, in changing their behavior, their natural behavior to be peer pressure sensitive into a positive thing. To make all the positive things they do very big and all the negative things they did little. And keep reminding them that they are also valuable human beings who did the wrong things but have a right to a second chance. The first time I saw all the parents, all the staff of the school, all the guys, the boys of the school gather into a huge sports hall to applaud one of the guys who got a school diploma. That was touching to the core. To see other parents cheer for someone else, its fallen child, to see the full staff, those who were on leave as well, gather for this event, and not only for this boy, many followed. That was, for me, life-changing. You see, I grew up 10 years, the better part of my childhood, in various child homes. Well, you Americans have your child services. We in Holland have also our child services and those who lived through foster homes and child services who survived the dark side of that system, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So yes, to see this particular form in the system, to work there, to have the honor to work there. You see, that was not easy to get selected. That was 3 days of an assessment. And not only the staff assessed as candidates for this position, also the boys. Yes, the boys. You see, that system treats them as an equal. They have representatives who are part of the board of directors of the school. They have a voice in it all, and that makes it uniquely human. Yes, negativity was harshly dealt with, but not violently, but swift and harshly, by confronting it, by revealing it immediately to the public. To give you an example, they have 7 stages of confronting negativity. Only the 7th becomes physical. Only the 7th. Because then you have to step in to avoid physical danger, perhaps even mortal danger, because some of these guys, yes, they committed even attempted murder or even murder. So you can imagine at some point we have to step in. But it starts basically to become public at a level 4, in which you confront this negative behavior and the one who behaves negatively by telling them to stop, not just with the small gestures, non-verbal, which are the first 2-3 stages. You know, kind remark like please leave me alone. Maybe wave your hand like okay. Like when you have a road rage and you wave like okay, I'm sorry, I cut you. To de-escalate. 3 stages to de-escalate. Then the 4th stage to become verbal about the alleged abuse and expose it and ask other people to join in. Can I have some support? You literally, verbally ask this in this system. Now imagine if we did that in the society, when you notice some very bad behavior and you would ask your fellow men around you to support you while confronting this behavior. That would be very good, because people clearly, excuse me, Maxi, hey, Maxi, klaar. Alarm in my little dog shelter, because, very beautiful. A few young, new working horses come wandering into the village. Very natural life here. So, What would happen if society would have the guts, because it takes guts, to copy basically the same of this system, of the Glen Mills system? You start with at level 4. You publicize the negative behavior, you expose it, and you ask other people to stand by you while you expose it. That could have helped avoiding where we are now. And now we are past level 5, which becomes more verbal, where you will raise your voice to the perpetrator of the negativity. And then you have level 6, where the community around it starts to become involved. And we see this level 6 in a moment. Farmers protest. People, civilians, citizens who realize that without the farmers, well, we all fucked. Simple as that. They join in. So that's a level 6 on Glen Mills school comparison. They start to become verbal as well. And they are shouting at the one person in the center of the crowd who gets surrounded and shamed for its behavior. That's the Glen Mills school method. And then you have sometimes, unfortunate, you have these moments when the one who is evil, who did something bad, can't take all this feedback, because that's what it is. It's a feedback about your behavior, the one who did it. And he can't take that feedback and starts to become violent. Yes, and then, unfortunately, I always hated that, then you have to step in and become physical. Not violent, physical. We had to stop the one who became violent because he couldn't take the feedback anymore by holding him, stopping him, be a barrier to him. And that worked. That worked. When they wanted to fight, we told them, keep fighting. We have a lot of stuff. And we were holding then that guy down to the ground or to the wall, and he was fighting us, trying to get released. And we would just simply change and hold him down until that rage was gone. And then we started to talk again and started to talk some sense into that person, that this is not the way. And for some, many, that worked. So, yeah, I think a lot about those lessons in life. But I said also in some video that even though I'm not really a vlogger and a blogger or whatever, this is my little diary and I love feedback. Like I said in this little story about the Glen Mills school and my experience working there, which was one of the best in my life. Taught me a lot. So, I love feedback. But a friend of mine from Holland, he watched some video of mine and he commented, he told me that people were apparently not able to like. And I was like surprised. Like I said, I'm not a vlogger blogger and I don't know much about making videos, as you can see clearly. It's just my little diary online. So I started to look at this dashboard finally, after 2 years of videos and blah blah. And I noticed something. Have a look. It's mostly likes, very small amounts. When you have 2 likes, 44 people watching, and 0 reactions. And then 2 likes, 0 dislikes, because as you know, the content creator can see the dislikes. You guys cannot. Well, I don't care, I have no ego, so I have nothing to hide. But look, there are no dislikes. That's fucking strange. One would think if there is only 2 people who like it out of 40, then the rest might dislike it, right? So I can only conclude 2 things. That's my logic at least. Maybe someone else can put a comment under this video and tell me different. But I can only conclude 2 things. Either, indeed, because I had several strikes from YouTube and even a one-time ban for a period. About some topics I said in my videos, they banned it and I had to remove it. And I refused to follow their reschooling about the guidelines course. So my channel kept under this shadow ban thingy. It stayed under this shadow ban thing. The 8th of April, apparently, that penalty system will be gone. But still. So, either YouTube, because of this strike system, this automated system, is shadow banning my shit, and therefore you have little views, you have little likes, etc. But in this regard, no dislikes. Really, I checked many of them. You can just believe me on my word, and I didn't see dislikes. Now I get to conclusion 2. Can be even 3. YouTube, yes, has this strike system on you, this shadow ban system on you, and tampers with the like button, like my friend from the Netherlands informed me about. And at the same time, people agree with what I say. They just don't like the way I say it. Raw and unedited has been always my problem, even on that school in the Glen Mills, when I gave the system of the Glen Mills, who started to change. They wanted to change this method into something that eventually after a few years after I departed from this school, eventually led to the closing of this school because of physical abuses, psychological abuses, etc. And I forewarned them. I gave them feedback, but clearly the powers to be couldn't take the feedback like I could, and decided to cancel my contract. Likewise, on the next institution in the child care, working again with criminal young, and long and behold, 25 years after dato, on the same institution where I had a living hell for 3 years. But likewise there, after 3 days of an assessment, out of 38 candidates, me and 3 others were selected to work. And the manager of my department even gave me, they knew I lived there 25 years before, they knew my history, they knew everything. I had to go through screening also from the Justice Department, etc. So nothing to hide, and I'm not ashamed of that past. So, and he explained to me that the very reason they picked me on this assessment was that I was able to read, given my own experience 10 years as a child in these homes, that I have an ability to read the room, to literally come in on the compound and assess what's going on in that group. And because I know all the bullshits as well, all the things these young guys now do, we did the same. All our bullshits, our bullshit lies, hiding. Mostly because they are scared. So, given that experience, given my past, they wanted me to fulfill a specific role in the team, to be that missing link. But when I did and confronted the team, long and behold, they cancel your contract. I know, raw and unedited, but hey, that's life. Raw and unedited, not some Hollywood production. That's why I don't give a shit. It's my life, it's my real life, just like yours. Raw and unedited. I don't do wishful thinking. I don't look in the mirror and think to see something else. Raw and unedited. I just noticed I keep saying "and," which is the Dutch word for "and." Silly accent. Have a nice day.